Okay, so in this lab, we'll be doing a file upload vulnerability with a race condition. A race condition is when you have multi-processing web applications, multi-threading, and when two threads or processes within that multi-threading or multi-processing application trying to access the same resource at the same time. And uh, what happens is when we upload so in this lab what we have is the user can log in and then uh, upload their picture, and what the behind the scenes in the server, it will validate with the PHP script uh, if the file is it's gonna check the file for any like viruses. It's gonna check if it's the right type of file. It won't accept any PHP or Python files, but it only accept the file that like JPEG or PNG files that are accepted as images. So what we have is if we upload an image. So first we'll have to, I could show the code and how the server verifies if the file is legitimate or not. We'll see that it moves it to a temporary directory, and in that temporary directory it'll check the file for viruses and it'll check the file type of the file. And then that's how if we ever try to upload the file, uh, if we ever try to upload a PHP file, right, it'll say sorry, only JPEG and PNG files are allowed. And this is exactly what we have. This is how the server validates if the file is legitimate or not. So what we have, the problem in the vulnerability here is that it's going to move it to the temporary directory and then check and run the checks. And there's a small time window where we could exploit a race condition where they both try to access the file at the same time. And so what we'll do is we'll use burp suite here to find the post request for uploading this PHP file, where this is the same PHP file that we did in the exploit in the earlier labs, where we would find on the server the secret would be stored where we would need it to finish the lab. So if we find here in HTTP history, we find the post request, and then what we need to do is we need to send it to the turbo intruder extensions, send a turbo intruder, and here what we have is we can enter a Python script to exploit the race condition. So if I go back here, we're gonna have to run some Python code to exploit the race condition. So what we'll have is our first request, which is our post request to uploading the PHP file which contains our exploit. And then we need the second request, which is if we were to upload an image as normally, then it would use a HTTP GET request to retrieve the image, which was done in previous labs. And then we would also modify it as exploit.php to get it to, in the previous labs, to accept, instead of accepting, to accept it as a PHP file. So what we'll do is we'll go back to the turbo intruder, and then we'll run this Python script, and we see here that it's going to queue the request, the first request, and then it's going to block the final byte to block the request from finishing, and then use that to create a race condition. And then when it's complete, it'll the vulnerability would have been triggered and exploited. So if we go here and then we here, and then now if we click start attack, we'll find in one of these responses, we'll find we can exfiltrate the contents of the secret, the file containing the secret, and we'll say we found it in this this one. So if we copy and paste that, here's the solution. That's it, the lab has been solved.